This this sucks. Vice is done. The Vice CEO told employees in a memo that they're no longer publishing anything on Vice.com and that layoffs will be happening early next week. Meanwhile, I can't even begin to tell you, I can't overemphasize what a huge loss this is to all of us. Most of the reporting that I personally was extremely jealous of and really admired came from Vice. It was one of the few places that took the threat of far-right extremism seriously and reported on it consistently and incredibly well. This story from Tess Owen that showed users exploiting atrocities, using that to push their dark narratives and undermine real activism in the process. Stories like this one from Mac Lamoureux that probably saved lives. Anna Merlin regularly published incredibly important stories like this one. I only spent like 2 minutes and found all these headlines. There are so many more out there. These are the kinds of stories that stand at the vanguard of our democracy, that continue to nurture it and keep it alive while protecting vulnerable groups. And in return for telling these stories, journalists deal with incessant hate, harassment. They can't live their lives the way normal people do. When I was dealing with a wave of harassment for my reporting on far-right extremism, I had Canada's spy agency show up to my house and suggest I wear a wig when I leave. And how are journalists repaid for taking on this work? Private equity firms swoop in and squeeze the last bit of profit they can from newsrooms until they leave a lifeless husk in their wake. You can already see the worst people on the internet celebrating this development because of the incredible reporting on extremism that Vice did. When you graduate journalism school, you think there's a career out there for you. You get in the ground floor doing some freelancing or a casual position and work your way up until you have a livelihood. But that doesn't exist anymore. You basically just wait until the axe comes for you, and it comes for us all. Even if you hate journalists, I want you to ask yourself, who benefits from a lack of accountability? When there's no journalists to watch small town city council meetings for whiffs of corruption or infiltrate far-right messaging groups to find out if a violent act is being planned? Who benefits when there's no one to give a voice to the little guy? There is an undeniable need and an undeniable appetite for journalism. But I also think we have to try something new because this model, it's not working for anyone. Well, except maybe these guys. What do you think?